Hello everyone, again welcome to all of you into this 30-day freelancing challenge for mechanical engineers. This is day 10 and we are going to review some of the portfolios that you had already submitted into our 3-dash community. So if you had missed to submit your portfolio, just go and check out the day 9 challenge and video where I had explained how you can use online Canva tool to create or design your portfolio completely from scratch. So let's move on to our ThreadAsk community now and we'll see how many students have already submitted their portfolio and we'll see what mistakes they had made and how those mistakes can be avoided and can be improved. So now we are into our ThreadAsk community page and here three students have already submitted their portfolios. The first one is Telo, second one is Siag Ganesa and the third one is Rana. So now we are going to review their portfolio. We'll see their portfolio. We'll go through each pages and we'll review what mistakes they have made, how those mistakes can be avoided and what improvements we can make to look our portfolio much better and presentable. So the first portfolio is from Thopelo. So I will simply open his portfolio and he has followed one of the Canva theme that is available for free online. And on the first page, he has simply written design portfolio and also he has included his name on the right bottom corner. What I will suggest that don't do this. So simply write this design portfolio onto the header of this page and then include your name, your profile picture and a short introduction of yourself, maximum of 2 to 3 paragraphs. So now we will move on to the page 2 and on the page 2 you can see that whatever the information that I had asked to include on the page 1 is available on page 2. So what he did the mistake over here, instead of creating these two pages can be clubbed together on a single page that is on page 1. Let's move on to the page 3 now. And on the page 3, he had simply written my work and these are some of my best work using Fusion 360. So there is no need to take a single page for these two lines of text. This text can be very smaller onto the corner and then he can start including all these work samples, all the snapshots that he had taken for his projects, for his designs, for the problems he had solved. Now we'll move on to the last page and in the last page he has included his contact information like his email and phone number with a thank you message. So this page is completely fine because this is the last page. So after reviewing this portfolio, there are few things those are good, few things those are bad. And the good thing is that he has followed a certain theme that is really good and that is making his portfolio looks more presentable. And the second good thing is that he has followed a landscape orientation theme that I always recommend because if you are using landscape orientation theme, you will be able to cover most of the area of your screen. So that I always recommend. Now, the bad thing is that he has unnecessarily extended his portfolio up to the 5 page. This complete portfolio can be compressed in just 3 pages. The first page is for the title, introduction, and profile picture. The second page is for his projects that he has included in this single page. And the third page should be his contact information. So just 3 pages is enough to design this complete portfolio. So these are my feedbacks to Mr. Thapelo. If you want to improve your portfolio, follow my feedback that I had provided and resubmit your portfolio after redesigning it. Now let's move on to the second portfolio from our community, that is from Siag Ganesa. Let's open this portfolio. After seeing this portfolio, my first impression is that this portfolio is completely overcrowded. There are so many information, those are not needed to be included in the portfolio. You can include this information into your resume or CV, but not into the portfolio. I had already explained when I was going through the Thapelo portfolio that you can include maximum of 2 to 3 paragraphs of introduction into a portfolio. There is no need to write the complete story. And that is the problem I am finding over here. The next problem that I am finding over here is the orientation. I told you to follow the landscape orientation themes only. If you are following the portrait orientation, that is going to waste lots of space on both sides of your screen. Here you can see that. So we don't want to waste the spaces. Also, don't include any project samples or the product snapshots onto the front page. So now we'll move on to the next page and here he has included index. So there is no need to write the index like because we are not preparing any research document or some kind of presentation file. So this is just a portfolio and the reason that we are creating this portfolio is because we want to give the idea to our clients about our work, about our capabilities. So let's move on to the next page, and here you can see onto the page 2 itself, he has included some of his product snapshots and written lots of story about it. So there is no need to write this much of a story. You can simply write 2 to 3 bullet points, and that should be enough to describe the image, high quality image that you had attached of your work. Now, if we'll move on to the next page, here you can see he has attached some snapshots from the CAD tool itself and also some post-processed image. But these again, this looks very basic. These are not going to help you in get the project. And again, the problem is there are so many story onto this page again. Because of these story text, the image size has been compressed. So that is why I always suggest try to include high quality image, try to cover the maximum space of your page, write 2 to 3 bullet points only about the projects that you had completed, and that should be enough to attract your clients. So if we'll move on to the next page, here you can see he was talking about aircrafts model, and so these things were related to aerospace. And now if we'll move on to the bottom, here you can see he has also included the BIW parts. So this is the thing that I never recommend. If you are creating a portfolio for one domain, just be a specific portfolio for that particular domain. Don't include all your work like plastic design or sheet metal work in a single portfolio. Try to segregate, try to separate your portfolio for different domains. So this way, if someone is asking for a specific kind of portfolio, you will have ready those things and you can simply send those portfolio to that person. So if we'll move on to the next page, here you can see again there are so many basic snapshots with lots of story that those are not needed into be included in this portfolio. Like here you can see the Cura settings and all those stuff. These are not needed to be included over here. Now if you move on to the next page, the next page is sheet metal parts and simply some snapshots that does not explains about his skill, whether he will be able to design such kind of concepts or not. So whenever you are including sheet metal work, I always recommend try to include at least one flat pattern of it, also some technical drawing that you had prepared for it, take a snapshot. If those projects are not comes under the NDA or the IP agreements, you also need to take care of these things, because if you had worked on some projects that comes under the non-disclosure agreement or the intellectual property agreement, you cannot include those things into your portfolio, you cannot share those things publicly. So that you also have to take care of. So if you'll go to the bottom, you can see again some random snapshots, so those things are also not needed. So for this portfolio, again, I will say some snapshots were of very good quality. For example, this aircraft design you can see, but again, I will say try to remove unnecessary text from this complete portfolio. These things are not needed. You cannot write the complete description of your projects. Simply use maximum of 2 to 3 bullet points. That should be enough, and that way we'll be able to reduce the size of this complete portfolio. And also the next thing is that follow the landscape orientation theme. That will help you save lots of space, lots of page sizes. Here you can see this portfolio is of 7 pages that you can reduce to maximum of 2 to 3 pages. Also don't include everything in a single portfolio. Try to segregate your portfolio based on the categories, based on the sectors you had served. So these are all my feedbacks to Mr. Siag Ganesa. So if you want to improve your portfolio, go through all the comments and feedbacks that I had provided, resubmit your portfolio into the community, and definitely we are going to review it again. So now we are going to review the last portfolio, and the last portfolio is from Satya Barara. Here you can see that he has submitted 3 different portfolio of three different categories. Like one is for Creo software, one is for SolidWorks, and one is for CATIA. So I will open this SolidWorks portfolio submitted from Mr. Satya Barara, and again the same comment, the first page and the second page and the third page can be clubbed together and can be one page only. There is no need to extend these 3 unnecessary pages onto your portfolio, right? Because the information that you can see over here is he has written his portfolio title and then his profile picture with a name, and there is no need to include the contents and also some introduction about himself. So all these 3 pages can be clubbed together in just one single page. So if we'll move on to the next page, here you can see he has included some 3D model over here that says it's a robotic part and is done using the surface modeling. So it's a very good looking part, and the snapshot is also, I will say, very good quality. And he has also attached one of the technical drawing that he had prepared. Even though the technical drawing is not very detailed, but still I will say it's a good presentation of his skill. As I had talked, that you have to include 2 to 3 more bullet points to explain your project, like what problem you had tried to solve during this project, what are the problems you had faced whenever you are designing this project, and how this project was successful. So these 3 bullet points you should include in every of your project that you are including into your portfolio. So now if we'll move on to the next page, here you can see again some random models. So this is completely disappointing because in this page he had set a very good high expectation about his skills inside SolidWorks. And now if you're moving on to the next page, these models are just random, does not shows their usability, whether they can be manufactured or not. So this is not good. That is what I will suggest. So if you're doing this, please avoid these things, right? Include those snapshots only that make some sense, that add some values to the society, to the industry. So if you'll move on to the next page, here you can see he has included let's work together and his mobile number and his contact information. So that's nice. And again, one more thing onto this image area over here, there is no need to use some random image. If you are using or utilizing any image onto this area, try to include any of your best portfolio item, because at the end you don't want to give them the idea that you are using some random marketing materials, right? So these were my feedback to Mr. Rana about his portfolio on SolidWorks. I hope he will also improve onto this. So let's move on to his other portfolio like Creo portfolio. And here I can see the same problem, that these two pages, the page 1 and page 2, can be clubbed together and can be put in a single page. Also, there is no need to include these images that is random form material or AI generated or something. So try to be very specific, use your images all only, because there are chances that you can also be in a problem of copyright issues. So don't do that, don't include others images, only include those images that you had personally created for your portfolio. Now on to the next page. Again, there are some good sheet metal example that I really like he has attached a snapshot, then a flat pattern of it, and it looks very great. So this kind of stuff you can do, but still also the text font doesn't look good onto the area over here. So a very big problem that I am noticing over here, that the spelling, here you can see it says seat martel, right? It should be metal. So guys, whenever you are creating a portfolio, don't do spelling mistakes. So this looks completely unprofessional. Whatever you are writing into your portfolio, whatever the text, whatever the paragraphs, words, just double check it before posting or before sharing it with any other person, right? This is very very important. Now if we move on to the next page, here you can see some other works done by Mr. Rana into the Creo software. So these one are also good, I will say, but again very basic. These first two are very basic, whereas the third one looks like something kind of professional. Now if we move on to the next page, again let's work together and contact information and email ID. That's great. Again, the same thing that I had explained in the last portfolios that I had reviewed, the same comments and feedbacks can be implemented onto this portfolio as well. So I think Mr. Rana will also be improving onto his portfolio. So this was all about the today. I hope you had learned something like how to create a best portfolio, good looking portfolio that will give a very good first impression to your client, and definitely they are going to hire you for their upcoming projects or ongoing projects. So if you want to develop a very good looking portfolio, just let me know. And whenever you are posting these portfolios into the community, make sure you include the hashtag, the 3 hashtags that I have already explained into the challenge pages. And again, the challenge for the today is that whatever the feedbacks I had given to all of you, improve your portfolio and resubmit it. And also for those people who has not submitted their portfolio, please create a portfolio and submit it into our 3 dash community. So that is the challenge for everyone. So guys, we'll see you in the next challenge. Thank you so much.